This city bike Karen story never stops. It is never going to stop. People would just not just say, hey, we were wrong. Got it wrong. Let's just hold this L, take accountability. Nah, why would they do that? When you could just play black a victim. You could just be a victim. Oh no. Oh, look how they're treating us. Oh, they lying self. Apparently, the sisters or the family or whatever of the black teens that was involved in the city bike Karen situation, they not gonna let it go. They filing police reports now, just to be petty too. Just to be petty to counteract the lawsuit. Now they're filing police reports and raising money, and they raised $50K so far. And when I seen that the other day, I was like, that's crazy. Not even the other day, yesterday, when I seen that they was raising thousands within the next for a few hours, I was like, oh, the grift is real. The grift is real, fam. Let's check out a few clips, man, and I'm gonna talk about it and give my honest and true opinion. Hit that like button, drop some comments while you're watching it, man. There's no such thing as putting too many comments. All right, let's get into it.
First off, I want to say thank you to everyone who's offering their support, everyone who's in the comments fighting the trolls and the racists tirelessly. I'm very, very grateful for all of you guys' support. And I just want to say thank you so much. This has been a nightmare of a situation. And I'm just glad that people are in support of my brother because he is only 17 years old. And, so thank you to all you guys that are showing your support. And then I also want to say to the trolls and the racists, the mental gymnastics that you guys are displaying, probably the best that I've ever seen. You get a 10 out of 10.
You get a 10 out of 10, she says.
And I'm really impressed with how you're making full use of the gymnasium that is your mind.
Yo, fam, this is why. Yo, you shouldn't just have everybody on their phone, give them a platform. The social media can be it is extremely dangerous. This is wild. Y'all so willing to just believe black victimhood. Listen, since you so damn generous, how about you donate to somebody who ain't claiming to be a black victim? Sign up on my Patreon. You can come over here and be like, I'm black. Feel bad for me. No. I ain't doing that. But you can support me if you want to. That's your choice, man. I ain't no black victim. But I am black. I've roasted a lot of victims. I'll be roasting these fake victims. But yeah, you should just have any platform out here with these grifters. They raised, oh my gosh, $50K? $50K for this bull crap? Yo, people just got time to waste. Money to waste. But whatever, you can't tell people what to do with their money. I just think that I have to point this out just to show society how white guilt apparently is a business. This is fam. I've seen it. There's a whole business. I forgot the name of it, but there was a business where these group of black people sold relief from white guilt. They would literally just take your check and go, "You're forgiven." It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. Crazy. And this ain't a skit. This was an actual company.
And there's some information I didn't explain in the initial video. So here's my follow-up video with more information pertaining to why my brother docked the bikes.
There we go.
Why they didn't leave. Brother's a bike angel. So first, Citi Bike naturally encourages riders to ride in intervals, 26 cents a minute, but he has a $5 a month Citi Bike subscription and he's able to ride for 6 cents a minute and his first 45 minutes for a ride are free. The 37 cents you see in the first receipt is because he went over that time. But usually he rides and docks and rides and docks. Docking your Citi Bike restarts your time. He rides bike number 5603915 home at 7:59 p.m. Couple of minutes, maybe 20 minutes after the interaction had happened. And there's people saying, oh, he's squatting on a bike, resetting his bike to ride it again to where he came from. This is the receipt that
I'm not even trying to pause it. No, that's exactly what they would be doing, is squatting on the bike. Could you imagine taking a taxi and then the taxi gets in front of your building? You like, yo, just wait here. For how long? I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour, but I got other rides. Nah, they can wait. Somebody else gets in the cab. No, get out the cab. You using it? Nah, but maybe. Man, you can't just hold this cab. It says who? The cab driver. The hell is wrong with you? If you're not using the bike, which means the business Citi Bike is not making money off of it, get your ass off that bike. What is wrong with people? You can't hold a bike, bro. It's not how that works. All right, I bought this. I docked it. Now I'm going to sit here on this bike that is not being paid for until I decide when I could. No, give the bike to the other person and then you use a bike whenever you want to use a bike. You got a subscription. That don't mean that's your permanent bike for the rest of life. You can just get yourself up and go to another bike. And then it will be charged 37 cents whenever. Like, this is so foolish to me, man. So foolish. I ain't even trying to pause it like that.
Resetting his bike to ride it again to where he came from. This is the receipt that I included in the other video. I just had to crop it so that the date can show up. Here's the issue, because it seems to be getting lost on some of y'all. Sarah Jane Carmy wanted the bike so bad, she violated my brother's personal space, then proceeds to cry and scream for help in the middle of Manhattan.
Man.
In a group of Black boys.
Oh my gosh.
Knowing what that would look like, knowing that she's not in danger, knowing that she doesn't need help. There were other bikes at the rack.
Is this the 50s? Yo, come on. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. Is this the 50s? I'm from the city. I'm from the Bronx. I hung out in Manhattan like my whole life. Occasionally, right? You get about the same amount of someone looking at you a certain way as you would get anywhere, to be honest, in the city, right? This is not the 50s. They're not treating you like you Emmett Till. Like, you gotta stop. I was a messenger, on foot messenger in Manhattan for 2 years. I got hit by a car, son. It was the craziest thing in the world, man. It was wild. I should have laid down and just stayed down too. I jumped up. But yeah, I was rushing. I was like, my first day on the job, man. I needed that job bad, bro, bad. But yeah, I wasn't thinking. That was when I was like early 20s. But anyway. Ma'am, yeah, no, it's not what she's making it. You gotta stop. I hung out in Manhattan majority of my life. I worked in Manhattan majority of my life. It's not as bad as what she's saying. No, if a white woman's screaming, that doesn't automatically mean that everyone is going to assume that she's right. In fact, nowadays, I can guarantee almost, but I'm not going to guarantee. That's what I say almost. But most cases that I've seen personally, the Black victim gets saved almost immediately if they're not carrying on. If they're not yelling and screaming and acting, 100% a white person would jump in. Leave him alone. I'm serious. This is facts. Because that's how liberal Manhattan is. Are you forgetting the state that you live in? Are you forgetting that they having immigrants shipped over here and put in gymnasiums? Like, just because they like that for some weird reason? Like, hey, let's bring more homeless people to New York. Why not? Ain't enough. Ain't like we doing bad enough. Rent is high as hell. There's about to be even more homeless people. Let's bring more. That's how blue we are. You telling me that same state is Jim Crow South? That is civil rights movement. This blue ass state. You got to use your, like, fam, I understand. And I'm not going to even assume. Let's just go by case basis. The stuff that she's saying sounds ridiculous, and it sounds like she's been taught and conditioned to automatically assume that she is a victim just because she's Black.
Not in danger. Knowing that she doesn't need help. There were other bikes at the rack. Why didn't she go get a different bike? My brother's not a thief. My brother's not a thug. My brother's 17 years old. He's actually preparing for graduation and prom and to go to college. So imagine having those 3 major life events for a teenager coming up, and you have to deal with all of these things.
Oh my God. Yo, I'm not even trying to pause it that much. What is wrong with these kids? They're so sheltered. What? Doing these things in teenager. If I told you half of the things I dealt with from the age of 13, from 13, damn, I'm from the Bronx. I was hopping over dead bodies since I was like 4. I've lost friends. My friends have been either taken away, as in deleted from Earth, or they're in jail for life. And this is as I was still a teenager. You naming a bike incident? Huh? Fam, I've had friends that were on the run when I was a teenager. As a teen, on the run. I'm talking about manhunt. What are you talking about? These children today don't know what an actual issue or problem is. Right? Oh, he's 17. Fam, I was living grown man life by that age. I was homeless when I was like, 15, 16? Group homes? What are you talking about? Yes. Oh, this black victimhood, man. I swear. It's like I'm talking to my little brother. Every time I talk to my little brother, I got to give him a speech. Like, oh, man, you don't know how easy you have it. You're walking around with a whole red jumpsuit, yo. You could have never did that when I was a kid. Never. What? Oh, man, this is a different job. I go to my old neighborhood. That joint looked like mansions compared to what it looked like a vacant lot when I was growing up. Go ahead, Google a picture of the Bronx in the 80s and 90s. I swear, you're going to be like, oh my gosh. I remember I had somebody come into a live stream talking about how bad their neighborhood was in Canada. And I was like, let's look up a picture real quick. And I showed him a picture of my neighborhood from when I was a kid. And he was like, oh my God, what is this, Iraq? I'm like, yeah, right. That's what you think. No, that's the South Bronx in the 90s. You talking about me and my friends was just stayed in vacant lots running around. That was our playground. But yeah, I didn't mean to get in the back in my day when I was a kid. We had to walk 15 miles in the snow to change the television channel. I didn't mean to get in my old man stuff.
They recorded that incident out of safety because they were scared for their lives. Imagine if a police officer or a self-appointed vigilante would have walked by and saw that situation. What would they have done? What would have happened to them? And she wanted to get her way by any means necessary, even if that meant potentially endangering the life of a minor. That's the point. That's the issue. That's the point. She scanned the QR code by violating his personal space. By violating him in general, because he said no and she did it anyway. He's affected by this. This is not just a social media thing. There's real people behind this.
He's affected.
There's a real person whose life is affected.
I had enough of that. He's affected. He's affected by it. He sure didn't seem like he was that sensitive in that video with all the aggressiveness and snatching. He just need to y'all need to move on. Admit that we was tripping and move on, bro. Right? Like you probably would have saved so much face. Lawsuit probably would have never happened because she wouldn't have been doxxed and attacked. The news was going to her house and alerting her neighborhood of who their neighbor was. As if she was like a real Did you know that you live next to Jeffrey Dahmer? Like, that's the type of time they were on. Did you know? Here's the lady, right? Let's show you a video. Oh, man, that's her. Yep, that's the one that lives in this exact apartment. Her name is this. This is what the news was doing. She needs to sue them for a back. Sue these kids too. Sue the glasses off this young girl because she's just talking out her behind, not knowing nothing. Straight crazy. Sue them. People need to learn how to, if you're wrong, take accountability and move on, bro. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Hit the like button, share the video as well. Watch more videos, man. Also, if you're extra nasty, check me out on Patreon. You get early access. You want early access to all my stuff? Go on there, man. Plus bonus content. I've been going crazy with the uploads on Patreon lately. Check that out.